Hazard. Wait, that's not right. How do I intro this show? It's been too long. Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome to Hazards and Hijinks, the live-action fantasy role-play tabletop adventure comedy show. My name is Hero, and I am your dungeon master tonight. I hope you missed this, because we certainly missed you. Oh, we are so excited for tonight's show. Why? Because we are doing a fundraiser show all this month in celebration of Pride, showing our LGBTQIA Pride. We are donating all of the funds raised tonight, next week, and the following week to the Trevor Project, a nonprofit organization that helps in suicide prevention for teenage queer individuals. So it's a great cause. We've done it last year. We're doing it this year. So please help us out with that. Just like Captain Good and Plenty said, the donation, hit us up on Venmo, donate to us. You're helping a good cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get to the important part of the show where I introduce our players for this evening. Our players for tonight. Ooh, are everyone's favorites. Yeah, no, as voted on by you, you hit us up and they were the ones who answered the call that weren't busy or on vacation. So here they are, starting off with everyone's favorite Jessamine Prince as Mildreth Mildew, the human wizard.
Hello, I am back and I'm so excited, and it's been a really long time, but I'm ready, and I think you're ready, and we're gonna have a really good time tonight, you guys.
I think so too. I think we're gonna have a blast. All right, up next we have everyone's favorite Hager. Put your hands together for Robert the Chocolate Bear Hager as Sonny the Turtle Folk Warlock.
Nothing can stop me.
That is ominous, but accurate. Nothing can stop. Nothing can stop Sonny. Up next, we have everyone's favorite. Everyone's favorite Paz. Put your hands together for Gerardo Paz as Sid Ripley, the human rogue.
Oh, sorry, I was in the middle of a crossword. I'm trying to figure out 8 down. A 5-letter word for when you want to do something but not fairly, that breaks the rules of the game that you're in.
I wish I could help you with that, but unfortunately, we're playing a different game. So let's introduce our final player, everyone's favorite Holly. Put your hands together for Holly Scott as Jane Goodfield, the human warlock.
I've been reading this book since our last show over and over again. I've been here the whole time.
That's not unsettling at all, Jane. Thank you very, very much. We're just happy that you're having a good time. Well, now that we've assembled our party together, let's tell the audience what they themselves voted for our show. As we always say, this show is built by you, for you, because we love you. And this week we went to our social medias and we said, what kind of monster do you want to fight? And by an overwhelming number, you picked wraiths, the Nazgul, the ring wraiths, those incorporeal, shrouded goth fucks that ride around on horses and cause trouble for hobbits. That's who we're fighting tonight. We asked you what kind of quest you wanted to go on, and you picked a defend quest. So our adventurers will be defending an object, an item, or a thing, maybe a person too. I don't know. A noun, generally a noun, definitely not an adjective. They will be defending a noun. And finally, we asked what kind of theme you'd like the show to be centered around, and you picked exploration. So the theme of tonight's show will be exploration. Now, assuming our players hit all or any of these goals, they will earn a level achievement. Should they hit all 3, they'll get 3 level achievements, getting them that much closer to the next level. Ooh, doesn't that sound fun? I know it does for me, and it should for you. And as I say all the time, be sure to throw Hazards and Hijinks our way via Venmo at Hazards and Hijinks so that you can make it harder or easier for our players. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get the show started as we always do with a hearty huzzah. And join in with this, won't you? 3, 2, 1, huzzah!
Huzzah!
Right. So we shall start with Mildreth and Mildred and Sid found themselves running down a corridor of the crypt that they had been exploring for the better part of 2 days. Arrows whizzed by their head as they sprung traps left and right. The sound of cursed spirits moaned through the halls. You're doomed. You're doomed. Suddenly, all of the arrows stop, and the voices go still and silent as a tomb. And before you, a single illuminated, glowing orb appears. It kind of glows blue light emanating from it. It's a very pale blue light, soft, almost reassuring, were it not just a clearly malevolent emanating light in front of you. What do you do?
Oh, there's gotta be something in my book about weird lights. Can I do an investigation check, voice in the sky?
Yes, you can do an investigation check. Let's roll an investigation check. We're going, because you're specifically trying to investigate the light source itself.
Yes. And,
All
and
right,
any
then we're gonna-
arcane knowledge I might have on these sorts of things.
All right, we'll set this investigation check at 12. So that'll be a D20 plus a 1D6 for your roll. And you're trying to get 12 or better. That is an 18. I would call that a success. So yes, looking at it, you recall that this is a will-o-wisp type of undead. Actually a very potent type of undead. In adventuring terms, this is what they call a solo, which means it is a very tough monster that is typically fought by itself. So it has a lot of hit points. It can do quite a substantial amount of damage. It's a real tough cookie. Sid, you kind of see Mildred kind of quickly pull out her book and begin examining this this creature. What do you do?
I'm gonna go ahead and I will find a sturdy rock that's behind Mildred, and I'm just gonna hide there because that way one of us can live to tell the tale to our fellow allies.
I'm gonna say you're taking a defend action.
Yes, or we could say that I decided to loot behind the one area that is coincidentally the safest in appearance.
Yes. I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, technically you have a specific type of defend called cower. So yes, you cower behind a pillar.
Oh, it's a pillar this time. That's
yes,
a first.
there are pillars all along this corridor. There are pillars, and you duck behind a pillar, defending yourself. So you have total coverage. If the will-o-wisp attacks, it will not be able to attack you this round. That would make it the will-o-wisp's turn. Let's roll 1d6 to see what the will-o-wisp does. Oh yes. The will-o-wisp emits a bright blue light emanating, and you can see in the center of that light the skull of the will-o-wisp. Mildred, as you are the only one kind of unprotected, the light passes over you, but you manage to kind of block it with your book. So the light kind of just evaporates on you. It doesn't cause any damage. It's actually relatively weak. When your eyes kind of adjust back, you see that the will-o-wisp has moved about 5 feet closer to you. It continues to emanate, but now it's changed from blue to purple.
I would like to use my Arcana skill to cast Talk with the Dead to see if I can communicate with this.
All right.
entity.
Yes. Talk with the Dead spell. Because you're not in danger, like you haven't been hit yet, I'm going to say this is relatively easy for you. So we'll set this one at 12 again.
And I will use my
that's-
wand just to be.
Just in case. All right, then 1d20 plus 2d6. Come on. Ooh, that's an 8. You failed. You can take the fail, or you can burn some EP to make it a success.
I've come this far, and I need to learn something, and I can't learn anything if I don't talk to it. So I'm gonna use some of my EP.
I agree.
Okay.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, or no limbs being burned.
Where are you, Sid?
With you in spirit.
Oh,
All
Did you
right. Well, then I'm
die?
going to say that'll be 4 EP. So you'll have to burn 4 EP to make it a
okie
success.
dokie.
All right. You cast the spell. It hits the will-o-wisp, and suddenly the emanation with each kind of emanation, you can now hear it kind of speaking. Why are you in my tomb? Why are you here?
Hi, my name is Mildred Mildew. I'm working on my thesis project. I'm trying to prove that necromancy can have many beneficial uses for the community at large and should not be stigmatized in the way that it is. Was wondering if there's any way that I could help you.
You can help me by giving me your life force or
Oh,
freeing me from this prison.
hey, I like that second one. That one's better because I'm using my life force at the moment, but we can discuss that later. You're stuck in a prison. I'd love to help you get out of this prison. I don't have a lot of lockpicking skills, but I have a friend who does. Sid,
All right. The
Sid,
will-o-wisp turns back into its blue form, and floats right next to Mildred. We are now allies. You will help me.
I will do my very best. I really, and then maybe
It
afterwards you can help me.
spins around very, very quickly, and materializes a small ring that appears around your wand. This is a epic weapon, granted to you by an audience member. So thank you very much, audience member, for granting Mildred an epic weapon. So there you go. You get a nice epic weapon. Your wand now does an additional 1d6 on checks. So now it's up to 3d6 on Arcana checks, and 2d and an additional 1d6 on attacks as well. So it's super duper overpowered now.
Thank you for my wandering. I love it.
Sid, seeing that the will-o-wisp is no longer directly antagonistic, what would you like to do? Would you like to remain hidden, or
Well,
would you like to step out?
I'm gonna step out. I'm a little worried that Mildred's gonna make us stay in this tomb for a thesis, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to raid the nearby gravestones for something valuable to her, college credit.
Sounds good. I'm gonna say that is a stealth check. So let's roll a stealth check. That'll be open-ended because you're just kind of looking for anything that might be helpful. So the better you roll, the more likely you are to find something. So 1d20 plus 1d6.
Better I succeed, the sooner I get out of here. I mean, we get out of here.
That is a crit fail. All right, Sid, you have failed. So tell me what you find. It is not helpful. What do you find instead?
Okay. So instead of college credit, I instead find the only thing that is the worst thing possible of it, and that was a non-fungible diploma to a
Yes.
defunct online university
Yeah,
that was
you
only
found-
hosted on Zanga and MySpace.
Yeah, you pull out this diploma. It's a crypto diploma, and attached to it is a skeletal hand. And as you pull it out, the skeletal hand, you pull out a lich, and the lich tumbles out and then kind of rears up and goes, "Why have you awoken me?" And let's roll a D8. Let's roll a D8. 3. All right, that's gonna hit everybody. That barely hits Mildred, and that hits Sid by 1. So Sid, you can have something kind of bad happen, or you can take a little bit of damage, And Mildred, you can have something weird happen or take barely any damage.
Weird.
Weird. All right, Mildred, the lich casts the spell, but the will-o-wisp gets in front of you, and the spell hits the will-o-wisp first. We are allies, and as the spell hits the will-o-wisp, you are teleported to a different part of this tomb that you find yourself in. Sid, what would you like to do? Would you like to take some damage, or would you like something kind of bad to happen?
I'm gonna go ahead and hope my kind of bad gets me closer to where Mildred is. So yeah, kind of bad.
All right. Yes, you are hit by the spell, and you are now charmed. So until you break the charm, which you can do every time on your turn, you can attempt to roll to break the charm. You trust the lich implicitly, and you will follow any of its commands that are not directly harmful. So if the lich says, like, jump off of a cliff, you won't do it. But if the lich says, give me all of your stuff, you will. If the lich says, tell me where the good guys are, you will, etc., etc.
You know what? If it means not getting hurt, I can live with this.
All right. Mildred, you find yourself in another section of the tomb, and the lich walks up to you, Sid, and goes, so why are you all here?
Would you believe a college thesis?
Meanwhile, outside of the tomb, Sunny and Jane had elected to be on watch duty, meaning that they would not enter the tomb in case marauders, raiders, or rival adventurers came and tried to take their stuff. They would be there watching it. This was also voted on by Sid as, in his words, they're both freaky deaky warlocks, and freaky deaky warlocks in a crazy haunted tomb just sounds like a bad idea. Mildred, not wanting to promote harmful stereotypes, admonished him for this, but then also agreed that it probably wouldn't be in their best interest to put such dangerous components in an otherwise dangerous scenario. So they have been left outside, and they're just kind of setting up camp for the evening. Like I said, Mildred and Sid have been down in the depths of this crypt for about 2 days now, but they send regular messages via their cell stones every evening to let them know that they're okay. So they have no reason to be alarmed. Right now, Sunny is pretty confident that in a few hours, he'll be receiving a cell stone from Sid or Mildred, letting them know that they're fine. So Sunny, as you kind of gather up the fire, you're kind of free to kind of explore the area as you see fit. What would you like to do?
Well, this fire seems pretty nice. Been a nice little vacay right now.
Can you
That's
pass
a nice
the,
vacay.
can you pass the mushrooms, Sonny?
Oh, of course. There you go.
Thanks.
Great. I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious around here.
Not really. Want a mushroom?
At that moment, a ghost comes out of the crypt. Ooh, you have disturbed our eternal slumber. I curse you. And it casts a curse on Sunny. Sunny, you have been cursed by the audience. You must rhyme for the duration of the show or until I am satisfied. Failure to do so will cause damage to your character. Do you understand the conditions of this curse?
I do. But I will not sue.
Ah, thank you very much. Yes. All right. You are now compliant. The ghost goes, woo, and then floats away into ethereal nonsense. Thank you again for donating. Please remember you can continue to donate. All the donations go to the Trevor Project, so please keep donating. We're adding more weird stuff to the show. So thank you. All right. Jane, what are you doing besides cooking?
I want to know where the ghost went. I wanted to say
Okay.
hi and make friends with the ghost.
How would you like to do that?
Ghost, come back. I haven't introduced you to my book yet. He's very lonely.
All right, I'm gonna say that's a charisma check. So let's roll a d20, and it'll be open-ended. The better you do, the better you do. 16. Yes, a ghost appears. It's not the same ghost, it's a different ghost. Hello, I'm lonely.
Hi, lonely. I'm Jane. This is Sunny, and we're just hanging out by the fire. Do we like a mushroom? Can you eat mushrooms?
I would love a mushroom. Ah, it opens its mouth.
Feed it to you. I'll feed it to you with my chopsticks. Ready?
It falls through its ectoplasmic body, dropping on the floor, a little gooey, but otherwise completely intact. Oh, bother. Being a ghost is such torment. Oh,
Maybe I can like find a way to like give you a body in my book.
oh, that would be so great. You know, we ghosts love having bodies. That's why we possess people. You know, we just want to feel material again.
Cool. I'd like to open my book and maybe conjure something. I don't know, whatever randomly pops out, whatever creature and that he can possess this ghost.
Okay, then let's roll an occult check. This will be open-ended. So d20 plus 1d6. 21. Yes, Jane, open it up and count to 2, and then flip 1 page to the left and read the first thing you see.
Hammer.
So bones begin to form out of the earth, and they materialize into the shape of Duergar, a short, diminutive, fey-like creature that pulls out an old rusted hammer, and the ghost jumps inside of it. And this skeletal Duergar rears up its head. Well, now I have a body. Ooh.
Cool. Now have a mushroom.
Ah, oh, yes, I can
you like
feel
some-
it.
Would you like some meat?
Yes,
And then you
meat.
could take a seat.
Yes, I shall, you rhyming fool. Oh, this
I don't
is
know
the
if you have a-
nicest thing that's ever happened to me in 1,000 years.
I don't know if you have a name yet, but I'm gonna call you Todd. That's a
Well,
good name for a
my
duel.
name was Lonely, but Todd is also good. I like that.
Yeah,
Todd.
lonely is too sad. I don't like lonely.
Very
like Todd.
well, then I shall be Todd.
Yay. So you want to be my friend?
Oh, yes, I would love to be your friend. And now that we're friends, perhaps I can interest you in some treasure.
Sure. I like treasure. You like treasure, Sonny?
I love it.
Then let's have
Ah.
some treasure.
If you can sing it.
Sonny, you are struck by a black bolt of lightning.
Gah!
Something weird can happen, or you can take some damage.
You know what? This time, something weird.
All right. Your arms turn into snakes. Functionally, it causes no difference, but just your arms are snakes. So I want to see that.
Ooh, snake arms. Yay.
Well, as you can tell, this is a cursed and tormented place. That is because we are ruled by 4 wraiths. These bastards float around and do wraith nonsense. They torment us, trapping souls here. Ooh, give me another mushroom.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Oh, and if you can help us get rid of the wraiths, all of the treasure that they've collected would be yours, for we have no reason to keep such earthly treasures.
That's
We
true.
would just be able to move on to our final destination.
Oh, I want you to go to your final destination, but I would be sad because you're going to leave, but like happy because you'll be happy. So that makes me happy too.
Well, I don't actually know the logistics of now that I'm possessing this Duergar skeleton, whether or not I am forever trapped, bound in this desiccated form, but it could be better than my previous state.
Good point. Also, these wraiths, I don't like them because they were mean to you and you're my friend. So therefore, I am going to not like them and also get rid
Very
of you.
well. I shall take you. Anyone can enter the crypt through this way, but it is filled with traps and dangers designed to kill and entrap foolish souls. I shall take you to the true entrance of the necropolis.
Okay, let's go.
And so the two of you follow behind Todd, the lonely Duergar, as he trots along on his skeletal legs. He walks to an old warped tree and he whispers a secret word into it. Kumquat! And the tree opens and you see a stairway descending down into the bowels of a tomb. What do you do?
Well, this is definitely different than what I thought the inside of a tree would look like. I'm
Let's
happy.
go down
Mhm.
without a frown.
There we are. Mildred, as you step through the threshold, another ghost appears.
Mildred's here? Oh no.
We can enter this way. Now I curse you. It fires a curse at you. Mildred, you have been cursed with the curse of the mirror curse. So your personality is now diversely different than how you usually are. Where Jade is
that's-
typically.
That's a big bummer for Mildred that you just cursed her because like I'm not her. Thanks though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I misread that. Never mind. Don't worry, audience member. I will curse the appropriate person when I get to them. Don't worry.
Spoilers.
Super bad times
Todd
for
the Lonely
Mildred.
snaps
Spoilers.
the ghost and goes, "You're cursing the wrong person. None of that." Blah! And the
I'm too nice to curse. Like
ghost
nobody
goes,
wants to curse.
I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. And it
Hey, I'm
fades
just
away.
and I can read.
I
It's
love that.
fine.
I love that Jane was just like, "No, you're not." So the two of you begin to descend down as other ghosts attempt to curse you, but Todd just keeps smacking them with his hammer, clearing the path for you as you descend further and further down into the necropolis. Meanwhile, Mildred, you find yourself in a long hallway. This one is different than the other hallway in that it doesn't seem to have any traps. And as far as you could tell, it is much more generic and its setup feels a lot more lived in. You can tell people, it just feels different. That's the only way I can explain it. And as you're walking down, a tiny little ghost appears and goes, but you can tell the ghost has like a broken nose, which is strange. The ghost goes, "Ah, you're the person I'm supposed to curse." So Millie, you are shy and reserved. You have now been cursed to be bold and reckless for the remainder of the show or until I am satisfied. So enjoy that curse. Enjoy that. It cost me my nose. And it evaporates into ethereal nothingness. Thank you again, audience member, for that curse. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I feel like this was very targeted, and I think I'll turn them into a ghost. Let's
All
find my
right.
friends.
And how would you like to find your friends?
Gosh, gee, I think I'm just gonna like suss out where the nearest corpse is and bring them back to life.
Fair enough.
Well, I'll
quick-
ask them first, I guess. Let's be polite and stick to my thesis.
Quickly looking around, you see a crumpled corpse. It looks like a desiccated carcass that's had its innards ripped out, and it seems to be propped up against the corner of a wall.
Perfect. I will cast Animate Undead with the power of my wand so that I have an additional 3d6 to this roll.
Yes, so we'll make this open-ended. The better you do, the stronger the undead will be. So 1d20 plus 3d6. Let's see how well you roll. Wow, 28. You cast the spell. Necrotic energy courses through this corpse. It rises up. Its bones shift and contort. Its flesh fuses back over its ripped open midsection. Its eyes kind of glow with a red malevolence, and fangs form in its mouth. You have created a vampire. It goes, "Hello, how are you?"
You may call me mommy. Now,
"Yes, Mom."
let's find my friends, please.
"Very well.
Lead the way.
What do your friends look like?"
There is like guy,
Okay,
and then
guy.
there's like a turtle guy,
Okay, purple.
and then there's like a really sweet girl with a scary book.
Okay, and they're all alive, I'm assuming?
Last I checked.
"Mommy, can I eat them when I find them?"
Only if they say it's okay.
Okay, all right. Be right back.
Thank
And then he
you.
bursts into a bunch of bats and begins to fly down the hallway.
The first
let's
vampire
roll-
I've made. Very nice.
Let's roll a 1d4 and tell me odd or even.
Even.
Even. All right, let's roll. That is odd. So the vampire comes up and it finds Sid and the Lich. So Sid, you see a bunch of vampire bats form together, forming a vampire in front of you and the Lich. "Hello, I am Mommy's vampire. I am here to escort you back to Mommy and eat you if you are cool with it."
Excuse me. Can you say that again one more time?
"Hello, I am Mommy's vampire. I am here to escort you back to Mommy and eat you if you are cool with it."
What kind of clubs does Mildred look up to in the spare time in here? Hello? Can you describe Mommy?
Mommy is very attractive, short human with big glasses, very confident, black lipstick, kind of like cottagecore goth thing going on.
It's Mildred. Yeah, it's Mildred. Yeah, I'm going to follow
You
you.
see her and you're like, "Step on me," but like, don't make a big deal out of it.
You know, whatever floats your boat, it's fine.
Necrotic energy floats my boat.
Necrotic energy floats
Yes.
your boat. Well, cool. More power to you. Name?
I was not given a name, so currently I am just Mommy's vampire.
We'll stick with that.
Yeah.
No use overturning a set pattern. Mommy's vampire. Take me to your mommy.
The Lich leans forward. I don't know if I like that. You know, you're already my, kind of minion, and
Yeah.
like, I don't know what's going on with your compatriot creating vampires, but I feel like this is she's inching in on my turf, and as I am a paranoid Lich, I feel like it makes me want to duel her to the death in kind of a wizard duel.
Oh, I totally understand. Half the time I see Mildred and I feel like I'm gonna be killed too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you get that.
I get it.
So let's roll a D4. And Sid, tell me odd or even.
Odd.
All right, even. The Lich casts a spell at Mommy's vampire, and Mommy's vampire is now subjugated by the Lich as well. "Oh, I guess you're daddy. Okay, I guess I follow you guys now." Yeah, you do. Take us to Mommy, I guess. Sounds like a good plan. Let's go. He snaps his fingers and all of you turn into bats and begin flying back towards Mildred. Meanwhile, Sunny and Jane have arrived at the bottom of this spiraling stairway down into the base of the necropolis. where Todd says, "Oh, now that we're here, we can make our way to the Hall of the Wraiths.
Okay, let's go.
But first, you must be properly attired. No living being is allowed down here. The ghoul guards will rip you limb from limb."
Well, that means Sunny wouldn't have snake arms anymore, and that would suck. We don't like that.
Yeah, but I would feel the sweet release of death.
Hmm.
Sorry about my bad breath.
Oh yeah, no, it's
It's
okay.
all right.
Yeah. It's,
I have no sense of smell, feeling, or
That's great.
I don't even know how I can hear. I have no ears.
That's a good point. Maybe you're just imagining what we're saying.
Oh, maybe we're all figments of some imagination, a collective imagining of people. It could be.
Yeah. I like you, Pop.
Anywho, Jane, what would you like to do?
I'll just go forward.
All right. As you go forward, you trip over a box. The box tips over and
No.
reveals 3 potions.
Oh.
You find 3 potions gifted to you by the audience. That's right, 3 potions. They can restore EP or HP at any point throughout the show. So thank you, audience members, for gifting us potions. Keep those donations coming. We've already raised almost $30 and we've only just gotten started. All right. So now we have ourselves. So Jane, you just went forward. You can see the Hall of the Wraiths. True to Todd's word, there appear to be about 4 ghoul guards. Ghouls are hunched over corpse-like creatures. Their bones protrude out of their bodies. They have long bone claws. Their teeth are crooked and gnashed. Their spine spikes out of their skin. Their flesh hangs off of their muscly form. They look nasty and mean. Their eyes glow yellow malevolence. They're just nasty looking sons of bitches. And right now they haven't quite noticed you, but you're continuing to just walk directly towards them.
Yeah, I think they're cute, so I'm gonna go try to make friends with them.
Sounds great. Sunny, what would you like to do?
Well, I know this isn't going to end well. That's, I don't want to fail.
Oh, that was a stretch. And now that you're all good and stretched, I will relieve you of your curse. You are free from your curse, Sunny. I hope the audience was satisfied with that curse.
Which
Still have the curse of
curses
snake
do I
arms,
still have?
So I still want to see you waving your arms. You're gonna get a workout one way or another, buddy.
Snake arms, I see. Oh, okay. I just don't have to run.
Sunny
So I have
doesn't
to deal
wiggle.
with stupid snakes.
Yes, we all know that Sunny just wiggles. Actually, Sunny doesn't wiggle. He folds.
That is a good joke. Would you like 2 EP points or 2 health points?
2 EP points.
All right, give yourself 2 points of EP.
Yay.
Even if you're at max, you can give yourself 2 more. All right, Sunny, what would you like to do?
Well, this, let's see, my knowledge of ghouls. Do I have much knowledge of ghouls?
Undead, you can learn about undead via an occult check. So if you roll
Yeah,
an
I'll do
occult
that.
check, all right. Let's roll a d20 plus 1d6. Depending on, we'll have this one open-ended. Depending on how you do, you will learn more about them. So let's roll. 15. Yes. Ghouls are cannibalistic undead. They can spread their curse if they bite or scratch someone. The curse is very difficult to remove, often causing the person to die and then transform into a ghoul themselves. If you remember when you were fighting Skin Deep, he turned a lot of people into ghouls. That was pretty much his main modus operandi. Ghouls are very fast. They're relatively mindless, but they're not completely mindless. They can be reasoned with to some degree. And you scored just high enough that you remember there is a spell to control ghouls. So next round, you can attempt to cast the ghoul command spell.
Got it.
All right.
Cool.
So that would make it the ghoul's turn. Todd kind of ducks behind. Seriously, we don't want to. All right, whatever. You're cool. So the ghouls, they see Jane kind of walking towards them, but they don't quite know what Jane is at this point. Like I said, they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. So let's roll a D4. Jane, odd or even?
Even.
All right. All right. Yes, that was a success. So they do not recognize you. They kind of like hunch down and get in a defensive position as if they're going to attack at any moment, but they don't. They just kind of growl and that would make it Jane's turn. Jane, what do you do?
I would like to try to befriend them.
Okay.
With a charisma check.
All right, let's roll a charisma check. Given their current hostile state, you're going to need to roll a 16 or better. So let's give it a roll. Just a D20. 18. You walk straight up to the first one. It growls at you. You put out your hand and you pat it atop the head. It, for some reason, has not been touched in a friendly manner in probably like 300 years. So it doesn't quite know how to process this. Your absolute lack of fear confuses it, because that's how it typically knows to attack something, is based on the smell of fear. So it doesn't know what to do with you. So it just kind of like reverts into like a puppy dog mode. So it kind of like sits up and goes, the other three kind of jump down and begin crowding around you and go like, "Woo, woo, woo, woo." They also want to be pet on the head.
I pet them all on the head. It's like,
Okay, yes, you begin petting them on the head. Sunny,
can I use the book to conjure treats?
not this round, but next
Okay.
round you can.
Okay.
Sunny, because of your check from the last round, you can see that Jane has somewhat tamed them. That does not extend to you. So you can attempt to cast the control spell again, or you can do something else if you like.
I'm gonna try to cast a control. I think I can do this.
All right. Now, because she has subdued them slightly, I'm going to give you advantage. So you're trying to get 18, but I'm going to give you 2d6. So 1d20 plus 2d6. 13. So you failed. If you spend some EP, we can bump it up to a success if you burn some EP.
All right, let's do that.
All right, you're gonna need to burn 5 EP to turn it into a success. So burn 5 EP and you cast the spell. Sunny, your mind is now linked with the ghouls. They are under your command. They turn to you, stand up and salute.
Oh, you made the puppies do a cool thing.
Yeah, I got them.
I think
Yeah.
I want to name them Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, and Dopey. No, Dopey's weird. That's really bad. Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, and Doc.
Yes.
I love it.
They all look at you and nod to this.
Mhm.
Sleepy, Grumpy, Happy, and Doc march towards Sunny, and they surround him in like a defensive formation. As Todd steps out and goes, "That was incredible! We can totally take on the Wraiths now. They won't be able to stand against you two."
No. See, this is
Feeling
what
pretty
happens
good about today.
Yeah, when you mess with my friends, you get completely annihilated. What's that word, Sonny?
Obliterated.
That's the one, obliterated. But if you're my friend, like these puppies and you, Todd, then it's all good.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, Mildred, as you wait impatiently for your vampire.
I
to
have been busy while I'm waiting. I
Okay,
decided
what
to
have you been
make
up to?
myself a throne of living skeletons.
Oh,
Also,
very nice.
I've raised a dire rat and he's sitting on my shoulder and just kind of like dazzling me. And I'm just waiting for my little boy to return.
All right. A massive swarm of vampire bats appear before you and compose themselves into three figures. One of them, Sid, the other one, your vampire boy, and the third, a towering lich with a scepter made of black wood topped with a skull. Hello.
Ah, wonderful. Good job, vampire. Thank you.
I am sorry, mommy, but I have been enthralled by this lich, and now I am his vampire boy.
Excuse me.
I am sorry, mommy. I have been enthralled by this lich, and now I am his vampire boy.
Are you trying to apologize? Because
No,
you're not groveling enough.
I
Do you understand the transgression that has occurred here? You took what is mine. I'm not talking to you, Mr. Lich.
How cute. You think you could play Dom in my dungeon? I don't think so, sweetheart.
I don't play, I make. And I think all of my skeleton, I stand up and my skeleton chair just kind of goes back into their individual little forms behind me. I'm just like,
Ooh,
you
that's
give me back what's mine and we're okay.
yeah, about that. Let's roll a d4, odd or even.
Even. Even. Even.
Even. Oh, it's even. The lich attempts to cast the spell, but with your epic magic wand, you deflect it. Ooh, feisty. New protocol. Minion, how about you subdue your former friend?
I would like to do an intimidation check against this Lynch before he
Okay.
makes his last final mistake.
All
I
right.
am
yes.
proficient in intimidation, so I get an extra d6 here.
Yes, you do. And because you're using an epic weapon, you get 2d6. So the better you roll, the more intimidated he will be. So let's roll a d20 plus 2d6. 27.
You hear the screams of the damned start to emanate from like my hair. Yeah.
Did Mildred just take the voice in the skies role away from them because they're that assertive?
Yeah, that is exactly what I have created. A monster. The audience and I collectively have created a monster. The lich is terrified. All right, huddle team. We're huddling. We're huddling team.
Sidebar,
Yeah,
Mildred. Just
yeah.
I'm compelled to join them. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, mommy. I will begin the graveling shortly.
Wails start coming from the floorboards of all the damned souls that know the mistake they have made.
For that, may I do something on my way to the sidebar?
Yes. First, let's roll a d20 for you. You need a 10 or better. Oh, we got a crit. You nat 20'd it. So not only have you broken the charm, you can do something super fucking cool. What super fucking cool thing would you like to do?
Oh, that's easy. I just realized that in addition to picking up this Lich King's crypto diplomacy, I also found their debt receipt.
You pull that out. What would you like to do with it?
Looks like Mr. My friend Lich buddy. Seems like you're in a whole lot of trouble physically, but more importantly, financially.
Okay. Definitely underestimated this whole group. Super sorry about that. So here's the deal. Mommy, was it? You can totally have this dungeon. Not even interested in it. I didn't build it. Not my horse, not my rodeo. Minion, you're now master. Congratulations. Well done. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna go and we'll just forget all of this happened here. Magic gold. You want gold? Boom. He drops a bunch of gold on the ground. Gold. You want like praise? He snaps his fingers and you are surrounded by a bunch of people who just start clapping. Yay! We don't know why we're here, but yay!
I want you to say you're sorry.
Oh, wow, that was fast. I thought you were just gonna drop a giant rock on him.
If he doesn't say he's sorry, I will.
Mm.
I am very sorry.
I'm doing an investigation
You may
check.
go.
May I?
Yes.
I want to know if this lich is being sincere.
Yes, that wouldn't be an investigation check. That would be just a charisma check for you.
All right.
So let's just roll a charisma check. We'll set it at, it'll be open-ended. It's just a D20 because it's a charisma. 13. Yes, he is being sincere. However, you can tell just something about his nature. He's probably going to regroup and come at the party later. Just because you've been around him and he's kind of talkative and he's been kind of telling you like, oh, minion, you know, I'm the type of guy that lulls my enemies into a false sense of security and then I strike them when they least expect it, et cetera, et cetera. So your best course of action would probably be to rip apart his death certificate, as that would probably destroy his soul.
Oh, okay. Mildred, a suggestion?
You may.
Waste him.
I would like to cast Steal Life and take all of his life force for my own.
Ooh, all right. Let's roll D20 plus 3d6. A dirty 20. All right. Yes, you cast the spell. The energy from his soul is ripped out of the death certificate, which was his phylactery, as well as from his crypto diploma, which was his second phylactery. It forms into your hand. It's a pitiful amount of life force and energy that you absorb. He goes, no! And then he crumbles into dust. Ah, bummer. And he dissipates.
It's been a while since I did that.
Now that I am no longer enchanted, I am going to commence groveling.
Good
And
boy.
Vampire Boy begins groveling.
I'd like to put my feet up on him as I recline back into my skeleton chair. So, did you find the diploma I was looking for?
Well, I found a diploma. It's got at least 3 units of extra credit that were legitimate before the lich racked up debt. So they're still in the system.
And do you think you can transfer that into my name without anyone noticing the discrepancies?
That's the thing. The instructor in charge forgot to sign their name. The recipient's blank.
Fantastic. The amount of hoops you need to jump through in academia is just ridiculous. I have a purpose. I don't understand why people don't see that. Anyways.
Suddenly the hallway darkens and 4 hooded figures appear out of the shadows. We are the Wraiths, and this is our necropolis. We have observed you, Mistress Mommy. You are a foul creature, worthy of this crypt. We offer you dominion of this level on the condition that you remove some usurpers who have infiltrated our sanctuary.
Oh no.
Are you the ones who are trapping the Will-O-Wisp here?
Technically, yes.
I would like to use my special ability of establishing boundaries to send all 4 of them to the astral plane.
All right, let's roll a d20 plus a 1d6. 21. Yes,
I like these rolls.
you you extend your hand and you establish your boundaries. 3 of the wraiths immediately dematerialize. Their cloaks fall empty, lifeless to the ground. The one remaining wraith staggers back. Very well, then die, as it shrinks back into the shadows. And this level begins to shake and crumble as the stones from above begin dropping onto the ground, as skeletal undead begin crawling out from the roof, dropping and attacking your skeletal cohort. Meanwhile, back at the Hall of the Wraiths, Sunny and Jane, you and Todd and the 4 groovy ghouls arrive just as the remaining wraith rematerializes. What a jerk. I can't believe they turned us down. Oh, you are not welcome here, mortals. Leave before I destroy you.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. You messed with my friend Todd. You messed with my puppies. Well, actually, technically, they're Sonny's puppies because he's got control over them. But like, I still love them a lot, so I consider them all my friends. And I don't like people that mess with my friends. So like, you die. Okay. Thanks.
Very well. Let us battle to the undeath. It rears up and shrieks an unholy shriek. Let's roll a d6. A 5, that is going to hit both of you by 2, so that's a pretty nasty hit. So you can take damage, or something bad can happen to both of you.
Can I use EP instead to block
You
it?
can use EP to block it.
Cool. I'll block with EP.
All right,
Take some damage.
It's going to cost you 4 EP to block it.
Cool. No
All
worries.
right, you block it with 4 EP. You hold up the book, and it kind of absorbs the shriek of necrotic energy. Meanwhile, Sunny, you are hit with the blast, and you take 3 points of damage as it tumbles you back. Your snakes slither off of your arms, and currently you have no arms.
Can I feel any of that energy in the book?
It's a little worse.
The book is trying to process that energy right now. It didn't convert it into something you can use. Right now, it's still trying to keep it from attacking you. So it's
okay.
not something that you can turn into something positive right now. Potentially you can with a check, but right now it's actually Sunny's turn. So Sunny, you have the ghouls at your disposal, and you can also attack yourself. So which would you like to do first? Would you like to send the ghouls, or would you like to do something yourself?
Well, I'm rather armless right now, so I'm going to send the ghouls.
Fuck off. That's a good joke. You can give yourself 2 HP or 2 EP.
I'll take some of that HP back.
2 tiny little arms shoot out.
Oh, Sunny, your arm.
All right, the ghouls are going to attack. So let's roll a d4, odd or even.
Odd.
All right, let's roll that d4. 1. So that was odd. The groovy ghouls leap onto the wraith and begin tearing at his cloak, distracting him. He's now distracted fighting them. They seem to be doing some damage to him. They seem to be like hitting him pretty hard. So that's going to mean we'll come back to your turn, Sunny. We'll that now go over to Jane. Jane, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I do want to run the check. Let's go ahead and like I open the book and like I kind of see that it's processing and feeling it, and I go book, I know you're doing stuff right now, but I could really use your help. Can you use any of that to help me fight? And I'll use the occult check, I believe, probably.
Yes. Yeah, you could use,
Okay.
yeah, an occult check would be what you'd want to do right now. So that's 1d20 plus 1d6, and this is open-ended. The better you do, the more energy it's going to convert into something positive. 17. Yes. Go ahead and open the book. And then just flip 7 pages and then read the first word from the bottom that you see.
Okay. Haunted.
Okay, yes.
I'm not
The
even
book-
kidding you. It says haunted, right? You can't see it, but it says
Your
haunted.
background is blocking it, but I believe you. That's awesome.
Haunted.
Yes, the book flies open and a summoning circle appears beneath you, summoning summoning a vampire groveling, Sid, who just tumbles out and immediately like tries to hide behind something, and an extremely confident Mildred, who scares the ever-living shit out of the wraith as it appears she is haunting him in some capacity. Oh, pooper scooper.
There you
Uh,
are.
Oh no. That would make it Sid's turn. Sid, you're up first. What would you like to do?
By the way, when I was looking like I was hiding behind something, can you tell me exactly what it was?
You were hiding behind a large flaming, like, what are those things called? Like just a flaming kind of a censer. It's a large flame,
Higher?
yeah, like a pyre.
Oh, that's new. See, I have this giant list of things that I've hidden behind. I'm at like 2,000 unique items, and that was 2001.
It's Pokemon.
That's awesome.
Did I just summon the rest of the party with my book? Did that
Yes,
happen?
you did. Yes, you did.
Oh,
Cool.
yes, my turn. Yes. Well, I'm gonna do something new today. I'm going to dig a hole in the ground.
Am I to understand that this is a defense action?
Yeah. That or I'm no, it's a soil inspection action. Yes, it's a defense action.
Very well. You take a total defense action. You are immune to any damage that the wraith may unleash on you. All right, Mildred, you can attack right now, or your vampire can attack right now. Which would you prefer?
Oh, Jane, how are you? Is everybody okay?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
doing great. I have 4.
these-
Well, we have 4 puppies that are actually not puppies, but they're very sweet. And
They
also,
look
I
adorable.
made
love
a ghost
them.
into a Durgar, and now we have a friend named Todd. So that's
Okay.
Todd. That's
Hello.
Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, and Doc.
Fantastic. It's
that's
important
perfect.
for me to know who not to attack right now. Thank
Yeah, no,
you.
they're all good. They're all with us. And you know
Fantastic.
Sunny. Sunny's great, but
Vampire boy, do you feel like you can make up for your transgression now?
I will do my best, mommy.
I'd like to see what you have.
All right, let's roll a d4 and tell me odd or even.
Odd.
Okay.
Mm.
Ooh, the vampire leaps towards the wraith, but the wraith quickly pulls the leg of a chair out and stabs him in the chest, staking him through the heart. No, mommy, I am a constant source of disappointment. Step on me, as he evaporates
No.
into dust.
You don't deserve it.
Oh.
Unfortunately, your vampire boy is gone. That would make it the wraith's turn. Let's roll a 1d8. Oh, that's real bad. That hits everybody. He casts a shadow. The shadow forms spikes that strike all of you. You can take a lot of damage, or something really bad can happen. Sunny, damage or bad?
Oh, we'll go with the bad.
Okay, something really bad happened. Jane, damage or bad?
How much EP would I need to take this?
To avoid a lot of damage or something really bad, all of your EP.
Okay, I'll use all of it.
Okay. You burn all of your EP. The book absorbs the shadow, and then the book closes and gets very, very heavy. You can't even really pick it up as it's trying to process the same kind of thing where it's processing the energy that it just absorbed, but it's so heavy you can't even really interact with it. Sid, you are in total defense, so you are immune. But the spikes kind of surround you and trap you for a second before they disappear. And then Mildred, really bad or a lot of damage?
Can I do like a half and half situation where I spend some of my EP to downgrade it a bit?
Yes, you can.
All right, that's what I would like to do, to downgrade it to something kind of bad.
Okay, yes, that would be 6 EP to drop it down to kind of bad.
Okay.
All right, so the really bad for Sunny, all of your ghouls have been impaled and ripped to shreds by the shadow spikes. And then the shadow spike hits you, but you quickly duck into your shell. So it just kind of like launches you, and you now tumble back out of the Hall of the Wraiths. Then you tumble back, falling into a crypt where like a ton of skeletons begin crawling out and grabbing you, and they're like pulling you into the earth. So you got to deal with that right now. And then for Mildred, 2 kind of bad things. Your curse of extreme confidence gone. It's now been replaced with crippling self-doubt, as the voice of your former instructors are reminding you that you are way out of your depth, and clearly necromancy can only be used for evil, and this is a terrible thesis, and you are likely going to die, eaten and ripped apart by some foul undead monstrosity trapped in some lightless, lifeless tomb.
Okay. I made him call me mommy. Oh my god.
You did. That would make it Sunny's turn. Sunny, you have the skeletons. They're pulling you down. What would you like to do?
I've been learning about this teleportation spell. I'm gonna give it a try.
All right, let's roll an occult check. 1d20 plus 1d6. We'll set it at, are you trying to teleport anywhere specifically?
No, just out of there. Just
all right,
straight
fair
bar-
enough. Open-ended. Let's roll. 7. Yes, you teleport out of there. You have now teleported about 6 feet under where you currently were. So the skeletons are no longer pulling you down because you are in a grave. You are now buried underground.
I did Sid soil defense, but better.
Yeah. You can use EP to return yourself back to where you were.
Yeah, I think I will.
All right. How much EP do you have left?
I have 9.
All right, then I'm going to say this is 4 EP to do that. You use 4 to return yourself, and the skeletons begin grabbing you all over again. So basically, you're back where you started.
Back to square one.
All right, that would make it Sid's turn. Sid, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I totally remember this one scam I wanted to do because of I looked at Sunny and recognized his potential mascot, his mascot potential as a walking turtle. So in my bag, I had a bunch of spare Sunny plushies, and I'm gonna throw it at the skeletons and make them think that they like grab Sunny individually.
Okay, yes, I am going to say that's in a deception check. Are you trained in deception? Is that one of your skills?
Oh, I think so. Yes, I am.
All right, then I'm going to say that's a D20 plus a 1d6. We'll set it at, because they're mindless undead, it's a relatively low check. We'll set it at 8. You just got to get 8 or better. Oh, but you got a 6.
That's
you
3
burn
EP.
some EP.
3, spending it.
All right, burn that EP. You throw the plushies, the Sunny plushies. The skeletons, confused by these obvious superior Sunnies, push Sunny out of the grave, the graveyard dirt, and begin pulling the plushies down into dirt. Sunny, you are no longer being attacked by the skeletons, and Sid, you have successfully saved him. Huzzah!
Thank you. Did you save a plushie for me?
No,
but yeah, actually yes. But in order for you to accept it, it's going to be the split of I get 60, you get 40.
I think that works.
All right, that would make it Jane's
Sucker.
turn. Jane, what do you do?
Question. Does it take an action to drink a potion?
No, drinking is a free action.
Okay. How many EP per potion do I get?
8 EP.
Okay, I would like to drink a potion.
Okay, you are restored 8 EP.
Thank you, audience.
Thank you,
And
audience.
so I look around and see the carnage that is happening as I'm drinking this potion, and I'm getting angry and angrier. I see the skeletons have dragged Sunny down even for a second instead of having to fix it. I see all of the confidence that I actually really liked with Mildrew just kind of go away. And also I saw every single one of my puppies get torn to shreds, and you have pissed off the bear. So
Ooh.
I want to use 5 EP
Okay.
and drop the deepest Banshee's cry I've ever done to fuck with this guy.
Okay. Yes, so that means you're going to be using your class feature?
Yep.
Or no, that's your special ability, right?
Special ability.
Yeah, your special ability, Eldritch Body Horror. Okay, yeah, so that's a D20 plus 1d6. So let's roll that.
Should I use my EP after to see if that, like, if I need to?
Yeah, I
Okay.
would save your EP right now because burning EP is also a free action. So it's
Okay.
better to use it after the roll to see what happens. So let's do the roll first. 14. You let out the scream busts through all of the shadows. It screams so loud that it like produces like a yellowish light, like a sickening light. It's not a warm light. It feels like a fever as it rips through the shadows, burning it. The wraith even gets burned, like its cloak burns off of it, and you can see like a shadowy skeleton made of dark ethereal nothingness as it tries to compartmentalize itself back into some form. It pulls out a shadow sword, and because it realizes you're the biggest threat to it, as it charges towards you. Now would be the time that you would burn that 5 EP.
Do it.
All right, that is going to give you 5d6.
Oh dear God.
So let's roll 5d6. $15. So the scream hits the wall and reverberates back. And as the wraith is charging towards you, the reverberation, the echo of the scream strikes the wraith from behind, obliterating it. So it tumbles down. It's just a tiny, weak little skeleton. Its sword has like evaporated into basically a stick, and it can barely kind of hold itself up as it just staggers before you. It's barely hanging on as it's like, stop. That would make it Mildred's turn. Mildred, what do you do?
You can do it, Mildred. I have faith in you.
I will give you whatever you require. Why did you come here? Do you want knowledge? Oh, the great library of this necropolis is yours. Do you want power? The undead army at my disposal is yours to command. Immortality, I shall give you the secret of lichdom, vampirism, or ghostum. All this and more I offer you. Just stop.
Crush
Oh.
him.
That's a pretty sweet deal.
I mean, no, nope, not interested.
He's here, and then we were the ones that were rude to him, and we're telling. I'm like, I said some things that I kind of regret as well. So it's just, could you free the will-o-wisp and let me see your library, please?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Roll a d4. Odd or even.
Even.
All right. The wraith extends its hand out, and the will-o-wisp recomposes itself. It looks at you and it goes, "Ally, I was composing myself after being obliterated. What did I miss? It looks around. Oh shit, I missed a lot. The Wraith goes, you are free. Wait, really? Cool. The Will-O-Wisp floats up to you. Goodbye.
Wait. I need you to sign a review for my thesis and give me 5 stars on necromancy, please. Did I do good? Did I help? Did I help someone?
You did excellent, mommy. Then signs signs your document and blinks out of existence.
Thank you. So this library.
Yes, the library, of course. It's just right over here. And then it reaches out to grab you. Let's roll the 1d6.
What is Todd doing right now?
Todd's just like, I'm not really a fighter.
That's fair, Todd. It's fine. We signed up for this. You didn't.
You're
still
kind of
like you,
actually
Todd.
in the majority, Todd.
Did we roll a 1d6?
You don't have to. Maybe just don't. Maybe you just
Yeah, I
don't.
guess we're not.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you convinced me
I should
not
be
to.
more confident, maybe.
You know
Or
what?
not.
You're
That
right.
didn't go well.
As the Wraith goes to grab you, a hammer comes down and smacks the Wraith right in the shadowy skull, and it puffs into black inky smoke, and slowly drifts into nothingness. As you see
God.
lonely Todd standing there triumphant. You backed out of a binding agreement, you wraithy bastard!
Oh. That's not
That was poor form. Well done, adventurers. You have freed us of our tyranny. Suddenly, the hall of the wraiths are flooded with a bunch of undead. Ghosts, specters, shadows, wights, other wraiths, vampires, liches, death knights, mummies, even like a fucking, I don't know, like a rune skull, just like, I'm a rune skull. Ugh. They'll show up.
fascinating.
That one's probably visiting, huh?
Yeah, I am. Ugh, now I can finally leave.
Question for Todd. Hey, Todd.
Yes.
So, like, I kind of locked you into a skeleton form, and all your friends look like they're ascending to the next level. So, like, do you want me to see if I can, like, book you out of the skeleton? Like, it was really great having you, but, like, I know you want to be on the next place.
Well, when I was bashing all of my former compatriots in the face as they were trying to steal your living essence, a lot of them were telling me that they actually enjoyed their undead status. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take over as kind of like a democratically elected leader of this necropolis.
I
And-
love that. Oh my God, that's so great for you, Todd. I would vote for you. I vote for you.
Well, thank you. And those who want to ascend can, and those who want to avoid the oblivion of the grave can remain here in the necropolis. And when you inevitably meet your end, you are welcome to join us here as well.
So nice of you. Could I visit occasionally and do studies as you build this culture? Because this is first of its kind, and I think it's going to be groundbreaking.
Of course, I would love nothing more. You are the champions, the liberators of the dead.
Is
Quick
it
question,
good?
Todd.
Oh,
Yes.
For this democratic elections, do you have to be dead to run in them?
That's actually a very good question.
That is a very good question. Do you need to be dead to be elected president of the necropolis? Will Sid, in fact, have 60% of a Sunny plushie to give his turtle folk friend? Will Jane be able to pick up the book as it's now absorbed so much necrotic energy? And well, Jane wouldn't need to pick that. Well, Jane would need to pick that book up. And will Mildred secretly admit that she kind of liked being called Mistress Mommy? These mysteries and more to be uncovered next time on Hazards and Hijinks. Wow, wow, what a great adventure we had. There was exploration throughout the necropolis. There was defense. We defended the good folk of the necropolis against the tyranny of the wraiths, and we fought the wraiths themselves, meaning all of our players earned their 3-level achievements, getting them that much closer to, I believe, level 3 for all of them. So that's super duper exciting. Big congrats all the way across the board. As I said, we raised $30 tonight towards the Trevor Project. Thank you so very much, everyone who donated. You can still donate. The donations will go, the Hazards and Hijinks will go to next week, but you can donate to now. Right now, if you feel so inclined, otherwise just save it for next week. We'll see you next Monday. Like I said, next Monday, 8 o'clock, right here, we'll have another live episode where we'll also be introducing one of our new cast members. So you're going to want to definitely check that out. Be sure to follow us on our social medias to help us pick which monsters, which adventures, and which theme for our next show. And, you know, we also do cool pictures and, you know, funny tweets and stuff like that. It's kind of fun. I don't know, you might like it. And finally, if you really want to help us out, you can always join our Patreon. It's a Patreon. It does Patreon stuff. It's there, you know. If you liked what you saw here, please like, subscribe, follow, share with friends, do all that stuff. Help us get to 100 subscribers on that YouTube so we can finally have a custom URL, and help us get to affiliate here on Twitch. Tomorrow night we'll be showing old episodes of Hazards and Hijinks, and we'll be doing a rebroadcast of this episode on Friday. So check us out if you missed it, or if you want to catch it again. And some of us will be in the chat during that, talking to people and hanging out, building that community, doing what we do. You know how it is. But, you know, as we said, we do this show, we build it for you, by you, because we love you. And we want to thank you so very much for all of your help. Happy Pride, everyone. And we will see you next Monday. Let's end the show as we always do with a hearty huzzah. 3, 2, 1. Huzzah!
Maxie die. Thank you. Yeah, you know, if you're gonna give me main character, I'm gonna run with it.
Yeah. Woof.
Woo. Ugh.
That was
Felt
now,
good.
we're definitely going back to the necropolis again.
Yay.
We have to. I told them I'm gonna study them. They're gonna be an anthropological section in my research paper.